Hey guys, got a fun BG here. Bunch of fights against a couple of really strong knights, one being Enchantress, who's sitting almost at 800 KBR here. That's with Hercules on. She uses Herc throughout the entire BG, but I think if she had a dark or a light pet on, she would be over 800k, which is kind of amazing in its own right. Ray 7 is on my team, and Vixen Queen are on my team, so I didn't get in fights with them. But I also fight XiaoChi, who's sitting at 743 KBR, so just about 40k over myself, and then Enchantress is close to 100 KBR, maybe like 95k. Zaber was there sitting at 616 KBR, but I think he must have dropped off his spending because he used to be right around my BR. Groucho, another one where I've seen her in BG doing really well, and so I just took a quick peek. And Vixen Queen's BR here is incorrect. She's on my team, so I don't get a chance to fight her here, but I had fought her in the previous BG, and she was sitting right around 725k BR with Hercules on, and I lost to her twice, attempting really poorly to record, but it was just not going well, too laggy. But she was quite a struggle for me because she uses a Chaos Rune, which is not that great knight versus knight, I would say, but against a mage, it deals with our heals very, very well. Throughout this BG, you'll see XiaoChi either using, I think she uses heal and brutality, and then heal and amnesia, and then Enchantress uses heal and brutality the whole time. And I don't know if that's, they didn't adjust because they don't like to use chaos against mages, or if they didn't adjust to bring chaos because they were also fighting each other. So, or we're fighting Ray, or, well, I guess against Ray, chaos would be good too. But Vixen Queen was on my team as well, so they might have wanted amnesia or brutality against her. So here, basic strategy against all of these. Once I had a rough idea that they weren't bringing chaos, was just really straightforward. Get into Sylph mode either a little bit before or a little bit after the 50% damage dealt increase is showing, and time my Guardian Rune as well as possible to block the Sylph Delphix. Try and illustrate some double hits. Sometimes double hitting is not the greatest thing in the world, especially when you want the Guardian Rune to block multiple attacks from your opponent. So here's Enchantress, and I mean, she's just hitting like a truck. It's very, very tough to beat her in this type of situation. One advantage that I do have here, I'm pretty sure that my resistance is better. It's nothing crazy. I think it, I feel like she must not have a very good or any Electro dimensions going on right now, and here I have one advanced Electro dimension on, as well as Hercules and 5 level 7 Electro resistance crystals. So that does help me here, but still overcoming the BR disadvantage is not always successful. See, I mean, that's just not even a huge attack. That's Shock Chain, which is a very nice attack in the sense that it debuffs for, a 30% MDef reduction, but not a ton of damage. That Delphic just went through my Guardian Rune a ton. My Guardian Rune's at 70% reduction, and she still dealt, enough, took out like a third of my HP bar, which is just insanity. So here, just barely struggling. Throughout my fights with Enchantress in this BG, it is a bit of a struggle to get to that heal rune. I don't always make it, and that's one of the big struggles. So quickly get into another one, and I had a fire in between there somewhere, and so I was looking to get it back. Oh, I didn't even notice her Hercules named Arwen. Oh, I'm a Lord of the Rings fan. I hope, anyway. I was actually playing a Hobbit game on Kabam when I found Wartune. if anybody needs, you know, Elia trivia, that like, I really hated that game actually. Uh, it was one of those city building games, and I didn't understand why I was playing a like Hobbit, Middle Earth themed city building game, but that's how I found Wartune. So here, I don't mind lagging behind versus knights to try and get that extra heal in before going into Sylph mode. I don't fuss over getting into Sylph mode first or second too much in this type of situation. There are places where I definitely think one is better than the other, but at least here, I think going second is perfectly fine. But I think sometimes I actually end up Sylphing earlier than these knights. So get my Jupiter's Wrath out. I actually sacrificed getting my double hits in to make sure that I could get my Guardian Rune going into Sylph mode, but somehow my flashing skills came back. So you can always keep an eye on what are happening with your skills, and sometimes you can pick your double hits back up. Here I managed to get the edge, and again able to get that heal rune in this time, whereas the time before I wasn't able to. So that makes a big difference. Back onto a fight with XiaoChi. Here was kind of dumb, and I forgot that I had just been in a really long fight where I didn't have much HP at the beginning. I mean, at the end of it, and so I forget to throw a heal rune out. I'm really glad that she didn't have something like, you know, 100 rage just EDD me right off the bat or something that could have been bad. But I managed to be able to recover that HP. Here I noticed that she's using Amnesia Rune now, so I know I have to adjust for that a little bit. I'm not sure if that was totally... Well, it's not bad timing for an Amnesia Rune. I think she's just trying to block me from healing, but it just didn't work out that well. Still able to squeeze in my Guardian Rune. You know, Awakening and runes are really quick, so you can actually triple move very often using a heal and then Awaken and then Guardian Rune. It's not, you know, every single time, but definitely if your opponent is slowed from, you know, something like Thunder or whatever, there's a very good chance that you can get all three in one turn. So there, eke out a win. Actually, I would have been in a lot of trouble had she blocked or something like that. Because again, that Amnesia Rune blocked all of my heals. It's particularly bad when it takes out both runes. Because, you know, whenever I use Hercules, I bring survivability runes. So, heal and Guardian, things that are going to protect me. Just because once I get into Sylph mode, it's all, like, the only thing I can do is damage. I don't have, something ablution or whatever skill it is that you can heal with Herc. So I really like to bring protective runes when I use Hercules. A completely different story if I'm bringing you know, a Dark Pet or anything with a heal in Sylph mode. Try to remember what I do here. I don't know why I waited so much on the Guardian Rune here. Probably I felt like Xiao wasn't going to Delphic yet, which is interesting. It's sometimes in retrospect I can't tell what they're going to do, but at the moment when I'm in the actual fight, I have a much better sense of what's going to happen, and my anticipation skills are very on point. So I clearly felt like Chi wasn't going to Delphic next. So I think this is my last fight against Enchantress, unless I'm going crazy. And our last fight of the BG against these top players. Lately I've been condensing these Sacred Fire Temple videos down to just the fights with people, you know, over like 700k. BR, and previously probably over 600 KBR. Not because I don't feel like I don't want to show other smaller players or whatever. It's more just I kind of hope that in a fight that it's not going to be obvious whether I'm going to win or lose, and so I prefer it that way. That's the fun of Class Wars finals and things like that. But if you're in BG and you want to be on YouTube and you fight me, just let me know. I'll make sure I leave your footage in. But yeah, at least, unless anybody says otherwise, I usually condense it down to fights against the bigger players. I don't know Chi or Enchantress that well personally, so I don't know, how on top of being able to double hit and things they are. But at least here throughout this BG, I did feel like I was double hitting a bit more than they were. So I'm not sure if that was, lag can factor in as well. But I would have been at a lot more of a disadvantage had they been able to get some double hits on me, because I was double hitting as well and losing my Guardian Rune very quickly. So it could have gone really bad, but it didn't. So I did lose that one, and she got the upper hand on me. But yeah, there's my rank 1 Mythic Dragon medallion, which I'll do a video on ranking that up very soon. And I had a really nice time in this BG. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and take care. Have a very good day.